Hello there, adventurers. It's Neon here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Outer Worlds. We're here on the Groundbreaker with Felix and Parvati as we took care of some problems that was
When might we
outstanding
expect you out here
for
again? Canned
the
surface
people
is
here
already
on
full out again.
Groundbreaker trying to get
Who
a
knows?
relay up and running
Halls
for them.
upstairs. Back in Triangulum,
And
there were
I'm
hundreds of
being
space hands
interrupted
idle.
by some
I
interstellar
heard
crew and
piracy
a
was up somewhere
stevedore,
around Halcyon,
but
but I didn't think it was that bad.
that's not very nice of them to
I
do.
heard
But
there's been a
anyways,
rash of conveyor losses on
we
all
took care of that quest for them here, and now we're doing some other companion questing. We have both Felix's and Nyoka's quests are taking us back to Emerald Vale, all the way back to where we started the game near Edgewater. So we're gonna probably do that. We also have some stuff to report to Phineas and to Sophia regarding the main quest, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do the companion stuff first, and then see if we have time to take care of that stuff, because Sam's priorities first and foremost are to his friends. Even if Felix is sometimes a bit annoying and he forgets to include his captain and boss in his Rizzo's experiments, but that's neither here nor there. So let's get going. Let's get back to the ship and get back to the Emerald Vale. Alright. And I'm wondering if this is going to be another situation like with on Scylla, where there's like new locations on Emerald Vale. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Ada, we're out of here.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Well, I want you to fly the ship back to Emerald Vale, and I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Tell me a joke.
A star walks into a black hole but doesn't seem phased. The black hole then turns to the star and says, I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation.
Okay. I don't think Sam would understand the intricacies of a black hole or get the reference about gravity. So I think Sam just would probably laugh just to make it seem like he's smart, but I'm pretty sure Ada knows differently. Okay, Ada, play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favorite song, Ada. How many times do I have to tell you that?
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Yes, and mine is Rizzo's. You should know that.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Yes, I expect it to be Rizzo's next time. Alright, I'll talk to you later.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Right. Let's go. Back to Terra 2. Okay. Byzantium Freight Port, Roseway. No, we need to go back to Edgewater.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Alright, good deal. Alright, so I'm also sleepy by the looks of things. Now that we're here above orbit, I think now would be a good time for Sam to go catch some Z's in our bed
I so
here.
enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper.
That's kind of creepy there, Ada. I don't want to know that my ship's AI is watching me while I sleep. That gets a little creepy. But anyways, yes, we need to go to sleep, but I actually think that now would be a nice time to decorate the place with a little more, some more stuff. What else do we have that we could decorate the place with? We got some more hats that we can put down, and some more outfits. Well, one of the things that I've been holding on to for a long time are all of these tossball cards. I think those would make a good addition to our desk here. So let's go ahead and drop some of those. Yes. Drop that. And move over a little bit and drop that. Move over a little bit. Drop some more. Sam is not very tidy, so he's not going to have all these perfectly stacked up or anything. He's just going to be dropping them wherever they land, because that's his toss ball card collection. Do we have a black hole birdie? We actually met him. There's a Kyle. I bet you he punches drywall or something. Oh no, some of them went through the desk. Okay, so that's good enough there, I think. Let's see if there's something else that we can throw down. I feel like we should have a lot of, like, little spaceships. But we might have sold them? No, there they are. Model spaceships. That works there. Let's drop a model spaceship on the bed. Perfect. Let's see if we can... I haven't been able to get anything successfully onto this shelf. But maybe... Yeah, it seems like the collision for that shelf is actually slanted. So that doesn't actually work. But what about this one? No. That's not going to work either. Alright, fine. Corporation Service Award. I think we can drop one of those there. It stands straight up. That is interesting. And there's no way in, like, Bethesda games that you can drag it and make it go down on its side or anything. So we'll just not pop that there. So nothing that I want to lay flat can go there, apparently. Okay. Well, that was a fun little diversion. Thanks for sticking around, even on my weird attempts to decorate my captain's cabin. But anyways, I think Sam's got a nice little place here, don't you think? Got some hats from our travels, some Rizzos, and a bunch of these little items that we can get along the way, which I really quite like how they do that as the game goes on. Depending on choices you make and quests you do, you can fill up your cabin with different decorations. And not just the cabin, I think throughout the entire ship you can get different stuff at different points, which I just think is a really cool concept. Alright, so we're here in Edgewater, let's go.
To return.
Since this pertains to Nyoka and Felix, we'll take both of them.
One piece, Cap.
And leave Parvati on the ship this time. Alright. It's never quite feeling like coming back home when coming back to Edgewater because, you know, frankly, I don't think Sam has too much particular love for Edgewater. Especially it being a Spacer's Choice settlement. Doesn't have the amount of Rizzos he would want. But anyways, alright, so Friendships Due. That one is for Felix. Felix is all the way up there. Now, where is Nyoka's outpost? Is over there. So both are pretty far away. And they're kind of on the opposite sides of the botanical lab up here. It looks like Nyoka's might actually be a bit closer at first, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll just not go inside Edgewater and just stick to the outside here and go around. Okay. And if we weren't having issues with enemies on Monarch, we're definitely not having issues here. And actually, we did our sleep, but it looks like Sam is thirsty, so let's get him something to drink. Something purple and fuzzy and from Rizzo's, perhaps? That is, if we have any. I don't think we have any Purple Berry Punch. Oh no. Looks like we're going to need to prioritize a trip to Byzantium or somewhere that has a lot of Rizzo's products because we don't have anything. We don't have any Purple Berry Punch. We got some food still. Alright, so he'll have to do with some fresh half-woolly milk from Happy Dale Farms. So we'll drink those, and we'll just eat a light snack of a mock apple. And keep going on our merry way. Right. Am I going quite the right way? I think so. I think this works. Ooh. Dead people. That's not great. Feels like quite a long time ago indeed that this area of the map, like, we were still struggling with just Parvati and I struggling to take down the Marauders. What a time that was.
Huh? Incoming! I've been waiting for this! Nothing like a good tussle.
Okay, one shots. Not too bad. See if we can even get a hit in before Nyoka and Felix take care of these guys for us.
Here they come.
Okay, we got one there. Come on, look out. Alright, and they took care of the other two. Perfect. Nice job, Felix. That almost makes up for the time you did not share your Rizzos with me. And we got some more enemies. Take that one out. Take that one out in 2 hits. And that one out. And they go flying.
Take him down!
The physics in the melee is actually pretty fun every once in a while because you'll get situations like that where an enemy will just fly up and everything. If anybody has played Oblivion by Bethesda, there's a similar effect that happens, especially if you have like an enchanted weapon. Once you get powerful enough and you kill people in a single strike, the enemies will kind of like get catapulted upwards, and it's pretty funny. And that's kind of what it reminds me of.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out!
Anything? Nyoka, I don't think Rebecca and Anders have heard you. So let's make our way in nice and slowly, making sure to take loot along the way. I don't see any mines. Ooh, that's a Marauder. If we go around this way, though, we can hit him in the face. Boom. Oh. They're actually taking more than one hit to take out. These must be scaled for the quest. I wouldn't actually be surprised if that's what that is. But those enemies were actually a bit tougher. Taste the freedom with Spacer's Choice. No. No thanks. I'll take my Rizzo's when I can find it, please. Oh, look at that. They're like hugging in death. Okay.
Hey, take a gander. The door's busted. Rebecca? Anders? You in there?
Hello? Anybody?
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Okay. Hello? Knock, knock.
Oh no. What did you do?
Oh.
Oh, hell. I'm sorry, Nyoka.
I'm guessing this is them? Yikes. So here's their medallions. I guess we'll take those. Well, I found these necklaces on them, Nyoka.
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
You're guessing here. Any way to find out for sure?
Not unless you happen to be familiar with the ins and outs of Mana Queen behavioral patterns.
I can't say that I
Never had
am.
the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Well, I mean, we also have primals here on Edgewater. Do I really have to go to Scylla for that? That seems a bit excessive, but I'm assuming that's what the quest is going to have us do. And I'm over encumbered. I really need to remember that I don't need to keep picking up weapons and stuff, because we kind of have plenty, and most stuff that we pick up are not going to be better than what we have. And I don't even have tinkering available as an option that can help us improve what we have even further, so it's kind of useless. Well, that's a bummer. We were not able to get here before they died. And, well, Nyoka, there's something in here that has words on it usually that I know I can't read, but you might be able to get some use out of it. Alright, it's a rusty journal. I think Nyoka would go ahead and read this out loud. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out bits and pieces of what looks like Rebecca's final entries. Law help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled with I don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message. For all the capable folk here, we're stuck. Back home, we had to fight for every meal because there were no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here there's plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from wherever we can. Anderson is about ready to sign up, offer his life in service to Spacer's Choice just so he can take a shower. Clara, I hope to the architect this never reaches you, but on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I fucked up. We didn't take the contract for the bits. We didn't take it because Primal sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarch's a living hell. We were sick of getting sick. A boiled raptidon and stinking like sulfur no matter how hard you scrub. Of fighting, day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here, settle down, but this place ain't any better. It's just different. We're starving all the same. We never should have left. I just thought maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauder's at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive, anyway. I've seen what those monsters do.
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Or to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Dang. Well, that was certainly hard for Nyoka to read, as you could tell there. Definitely no fun having to find out her friends have died in that manner. Alright, well, I think that pretty much shores up the business we have here. Just checking to see if there's any final things that we can loot. Even though I just got through saying we need to stop looting because there's no real reason to. Hey, there's some Purple Berry Punch. There is always a reason to loot for Purple Berry Punch, but not for everything else. Okay. Now we need to go take care of Felix's stuff, which is over this way. So let's go ahead and put this back on it to confront Trask. See if we can take this ridge up, bypass all the robots over at the geothermal plant. I think as the Let's Play has, charted along, really the core of what has kept Sam sort of in the midst of typically doing something mostly good for the people of Halcyon has been his concern for his friends. So I think right now Sam is feeling some empathy for Nyoka because of the situation that she's in and seeing her friends suffer through the... Ow! Ow. Guys, why didn't you tell me I just walked through a landmine? Come on now. Goodness. Well, it doesn't affect us because we have a permanent concussion, so we don't get concussions from surviving a mine blast anymore, which is nice. But as I was saying, I think Sam would definitely feel similarly distraught knowing his friends went off and got themselves killed. He might not know much, but he knows that he enjoys the company of his friends. That's a simple life, but Sam's a pretty simple guy, both in both in the luxuries that he enjoys and also in his intelligence. As we well know. Smash!
Can we do that again?
Ooh, we can pick this.
I usually just kick him down.
Skin Tough Salve. That's actually pretty good. I really don't know if any combat encounters through the rest of the game are going to give us that much trouble, but if they do, having some of those buffs are really going to help. Hey, there's a Primal Behemoth. Hello there. Take out the Primal Hunter. Another Primal Behemoth. Come on, get him. 3 hits. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so this is the region that has all those... Oh, no, this is not quite what I was expecting. This place was the North Gulch. Okay. Interesting. Felix, Nyoka, do you see any landmines? Because I trust that you would tell me, right? Yeah, doubt it. I don't see anything on approach. Just a weird ship and a singular few people here. Outlaw. Hello? Take me to your leader. Okay, well they aren't attacking us, so they seem to be friendly. Hello there, are you Rufus Trask?
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
What makes you think I work for Harlow?
Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted directions. How much is Harlow paying you?
Nothing, because I'm not working for him. I've got my own reasons for being here.
Let's assume I believe you. Tell me what you want.
Why did you betray Harlow?
How do I know that I can trust you?
Well, neither of us trust Harlow, so that's a start.
You've got good instincts then. You were right not to trust Harlow. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All the palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You can't be serious. I've known the guy for years.
Yeah, that's about how I reacted when I found out. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
Hold on. You've got some explaining to do.
Say your piece.
Why would the board buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
What was Harlow doing for the board?
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse.
Alright, well you're asking me to just take your word for it. Do you have any evidence?
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
Yeah, there is. You're looking at him.
Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
Okay, I think I've heard enough.
Take it you've made up your mind.
I'm not going to kill you, Trask, but I'm going to ask you for your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Alright, take care there, Trask. Alright, Felix, what do you think about all that? Well, I guess we'll walk over here just to get out of earshot of all the outlaws. What do you think about this, Felix?
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. I don't know what to think. Between you and Clyde, I'm starting to think everybody's on the board's payroll. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame.
I mean, Trask said he had evidence.
I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
Alright, we'll do. Let's get going then. Alright, so that's both of those quest lines shored up, at least here on what we can do here on Edgewater. Let's see what else we need to do. That's all. That's back at Scylla. So they're both going back to Scylla, basically. That's kind of funny. Although they're in different places on Scylla. Scylla was definitely, it was in the making of the Outer Worlds. Scylla was basically a place that was kind of hastily made as a dumping ground for quest content because they had to cut a massive part of the open world areas that a lot of those quests would have ended up being a part of, but instead of doing that, they just added, they had Scylla kind of going, and they just kind of created it into a dumping ground for those miscellaneous quests objectives. Which is why a ton of these kind of side quests and companion quests at one point or another end up on Scylla, which in the grand scheme of things does seem a little bit implausible because of how many different things tend to be found there. Like, we had to find an old hermit to help Vicar Max go on a drug trip so that he could, you know, find the meaning of life or whatever. And then there's also a ship that went down, or there was a medical supply guy that was being held hostage there that we saved. It just seems like there was a lot going on Scylla, and having gone through Scylla, there's not much there. It's not a big area at all, so it feels weird to have so much stuff happen in such a small space. Like, the backtracking to here in the Emerald Vale and over on Monarch tends to make enough sense for me because of, you know, how big the areas are. But
Let's take him down!
alright, let's get these marauders taken care of. Oh, we got both of those in one hit. That was pretty cool. But it's where Scylla, where it starts to get a little bit nutty. Hello there, marauders. 1, 2, and 3. Easy as pie. Easy as purple berry crunch. I think we'll actually go into Edgewater real quick just to see if they have any Rizzo's product at the general store. I doubt it because it's a Spacer's Choice town, but, you know, they're all members of the board, so it's possible. Yeah, and Edgewater is much the same as it always has been. Like, with all the there is some backtracking that does happen and take you back to some of these previous areas, but I wish that included actual Edgewater itself, because there's been a lot of things that come back to Emerald Vale, but not a lot that comes back and interacts with Edgewater specifically, which makes it seem like once you get done with Edgewater, it just, like, kind of ceases to exist. Like, you don't actually really get to really come back and see the effects of your actions.
Spacer's Choice, the brand of choice for spacers on a budget.
Yes, let me see what you're selling there, Julius.
Music to my ears.
Do you have... No. You don't. You need to stock some Rizzos, Julius. get working on that. I just think it would have been cool to come back and interact with some characters again from the beginning of the game that kind of get to tell you a little bit of how life is now that you've chosen either to redirect power to Edgewater or the deserter camp, or just to see how life has changed for them. I think that would be really cool. But as it stands, the game doesn't really do that for any of its locations, really. Once a location is done, you're kind of just expected to move on and not think about it too much. Alright, back to the ship. I think before we go to Scylla, since we're in the vicinity of the Terra 2. Is this Terra 2 or is this Terra 1? Let me check. Terra 2. We might as well go to Phineas's lab to report back to him and also report back to Sophia Akande. We need to do that as well before we go to Scylla. I think first what I'm going to do actually is come to this that I've been forgetting to do for a long time, is go ahead and dump a lot of these weapons because we just don't need these, but I don't really want to get rid of them because they're like unique weapons and or just really good weapons. Let's see. That's a science weapon, but I don't really need that. Short circuit level 30. Light machine gun, force magnum. Let's get rid of the science weapons, basically. Free up some inventory space. Yes, I think that's going to be quite nice. We can also put a bunch of this junk in here as well, like some of the Raptidon hides, Primal hide, Tearaway wing, Skull fin. It's not like we don't find plenty of those out and about. Right, we got rid of some of that. I like having all the clothing on me because I like being able to swap different clothes out here and there. So I think we'll keep all that. All right, I think we're doing pretty good here. Perfect. All right. Let's go report to Phineas. Phineas's lab.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Fine, Ada, I'll do it. Congratulations on successfully flying the ship over here.
Good luck, Captain.
Okay, I think... Who should we go talk to? Phineas. Parvati and Sam, I think? Yeah, I think that works. Alright there, Phineas. I did what you asked over on Monarch.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I went behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist. Hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
You made it sound so simple.
Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony, steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge.
What?
Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Warning label?
Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them.
Okay. Anything I should know about this Carmen Nimagawa?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Okay. There's something else I want to talk to you about.
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
There's some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass.
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance.
Uh-huh.
Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Good. Alright, I'll be back. Yeah, running through Byzantium and stealing from the board doesn't sound like the easiest thing ever. And while Sam might not be super knowledgeable, I don't think he thinks that it sounds like the smartest play either. Alright, so we reported to Phineas. Now I'm curious what the opposite request is from Sophia. So let's go back to Terra 2, and we'll go to Adjutant Akande's landing pad because we need to do that. Let's go ahead and put this back. Return to Sophia.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
Delivery? What is it?
It's a parcel, sir.
Are you sure it's not a package?
This is the Halcyon Parcel Service. We don't deal in packages.
What if I don't want it?
I am contractually obligated to deliver my cargo to the captain of the Unreliable under pain of fines, imprisonment, and censure by my superiors.
Then why did you ask for my permission?
That's the HPS difference for you. Service with civility. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
They did what?
They dispensed 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Okay. Sure thing. Alright. Well, we've got a delivery then. Interesting. Alright, well, we were going to go to Sophia Akonde and tell her the good news about stuff on Monarch, but now that we got a package, we're going to have to check that out first. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is actually where we'll leave off for this episode, on the cliffhanger, before we get to find out what is inside the package. Thank you so very much for watching. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing, and let me know how I'm doing in the comments section down below. But other than that, guys, I will catch you all in the next video when we finally find out what is in the box. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.